Okay, good morning grade 10 students. Okay, so welcome po sa ating online class. Okay, so for our lesson for today is about arithmetic operators sa C++ programming language. Okay, so for today's topics natin is first one is arithmetic operators, then operator precedence, okay, and also evaluating arithmetic expressions. Then after the discussion, meron tayong activity or in-class project natin. Okay. So, start na tayo kaagad. Okay. Arithmetic operators in C++. Okay, so meron tayong mga different arithmetic operators sa C++. Okay, so pag sinabi natin arithmetic, ano yan? We have addition, okay, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Okay, so siguro familiar kayo dito sa yung apat. Okay? The addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So kung sa C++, okay, iba yung itsura ng symbol nila. The addition, it uses the plus sign. Sa subtraction is the minus sign. Pero sa multiplication, it uses the asterisk na symbol. Okay. Then, sa division naman is the backslash. Modulus is percentage ang ginagamit. Okay. So, meron tayong example dito. Pag sa addition, we have the variable num1 and num2. Okay. Num1 plus num2. Okay. Subtraction, okay, and then dito rin, we have a variable initial minus spent. Okay. Multiplication, yan, and division, and modulus. Okay. So, siguro, addition, subtraction, na lang yan. Madali lang yan, diba? Okay. So, division tayo kagad. Division, meron tayong rules na kailangan sundan kasi dito. Okay? So, nandito yan. If both operands, pag sinabi natin operands, yung numbers. Okay? Example, ito, yung 17 divided by 5. Okay? Our operands sa expression na to, or expression dito is C17 and C5. Okay? If both operands of a division expression are integers. Okay. So, last time, na-discuss natin yung mga different data types. Okay. Nabanggit natin yung integers, double, floating, okay, string. Okay. So, dito, kapag operands natin are integers. Okay. Pag sinabi natin integers is 0 and all the positive and negative numbers. Okay. So, 17 divided by 5, okay, parehas silang integer, correct? Kapag division ang ginamit natin na operation, okay, ang magiging sagot or the result is integer din. Okay? So, 17 divided by 5 is 3. O, bakit 3? Kasi nga, integer yung dalawang operand natin. So, yung result natin is integer din. Okay, so supposed to be, ano yan, diba? 17 divided by 5 is 3.4. Okay? Supposed to be 3.4 yan. Pero integer yung ano natin, so, maalis yung 0.4. Ang matitira lang is si 3. Okay? So, dito rin, another example is C4 divided by 3. Okay? Which is, 4 divided by 3 is 1.3. Okay? Pero, since integer, yung ano natin, hindi siya floating. Pag sinabi natin floating, meron siyang decimal point. Okay? Magiging 1 lang ang sagot. Okay? Same kay yung last example natin, 35 divided by 9, which is, okay, 3.9. 9 ang sagot niya. Okay. Pero, dito sa ano natin is magiging 3. Mau-omit yung decimal point natin. Okay. So, tandaan nyo yan kapag gumagawa kayo ng arithmetic operation using division sa C++. Okay. Ulitin natin. If both operands of a division expression are integers, you will get an integer answer. Okay. Another rule is division where at least one operand is floating point number will produce a floating point answer. Okay. So kapag yung at least one of the operand is naka-floating siya, okay, or mayroon siyang decimal point, okay, yung answer natin will produce a floating point answer also. Magkakaroon na siya ng decimal point. At least one of the operand. Pwede yung nauna or yung second number. Okay. Example, 17.0 divided by 5. So, yung floating number dyan is si 17.0. Okay. Diba si 17.0 is 17 din yan, diba? Pero nilagyan natin siya ng point. 0.0. So, naging ano siya? Floating point number. Okay. So, 17.0 divided by 5 will be 3.4. Okay. So, yung answer natin is nagkaroon ng decimal point. Okay. So, the second example is 4 divided by 3.2. Okay. So, kanina, yung first number ang merong decimal point. Dito naman is yung second number ang merong decimal point. So, 4 divided by 3.2, ang sagot is 1.25. Okay. Same kay 35.2. If both naman na merong floating point, okay. Example na yung nandito, 35.2 divided by 9.1, syempre, magkakaroon din siya ng decimal point yung sagot natin. Okay. What happens? Okay. Ang nangyayari kasi, the integer operand is temporarily converted to a floating point number. Then, the division is performed. Okay. So, dito, si 5 na integer, 17.0 divided by 5 equals 3.4. Yung 5 na operand natin is temporarily nagiging floating point. Yung ginagawa ng system natin is si 5 nagiging 5.0. Okay, so yung sagot natin is magiging floating number siya. Okay? So kahit doon sa initialization natin, okay, is nakalagay na si 5 is an integer, pero may dinivide natin siya sa isang floating number. Ang sagot natin is always magiging floating point number siya. Okay. What else? Yan, division by 0. Division by 0 is mathematically undefined. If you allow division by 0 in a program, it will cause a fatal error. Your program will terminate execution and give an error message. Okay, so pag nag-divide ka daw ng division ng 0, okay, makakause yan ng fatal error sa program natin. Okay. Non-fatal errors naman do not cause program termination, just produce incorrect results. Okay. So sabi niya dito, okay, depende siguro sa syntax ng ng expression mo. Okay? Sometimes it will cause fatal error. Okay? Or non-fatal errors. Pag fatal error, ang mangyayari is the program will terminate the execution. Hindi siya mag-execute or hindi siya magra-run. Okay? Then an error message will pop up sa screen natin. Okay, sa naman, non-fatal errors naman, the program will continue to terminate or run, pero it will produce incorrect results. Okay. So, kung minsan mali yung sagot dun sa in-expect natin na result. Okay. So, make sure na sinusundan natin yung mga rules na nabanggit dito sa discussion natin. Okay, so ito. So, since yung addition, subtraction, multiplication, division is na kayo? Familiar na kayo dyan. meron tayong nadagdag na expression or arithmetic expression. This is the modulus. Okay? The expression m modulus n yields the integer remainder after m is divided by n. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nun? Si m, i-divide niya kay n, then the remainder will be the result or the answer. Kapag modulus expression ang arithmetic operation ang ginamit natin. Modulus is an integer operation. Both operands must be integers. So dito, both yung operands is kailangan naka-integer na data type siya. Okay. So example, 17 divided modulus 5. Ang gagawin niyan is 17 divided by 5. Then yung remainder, yun yung i-display niya dito. Same kay ito, 6 divided modulus 3. Kapag ang gagawin niyan 6 divided by 3 is anong sagot? 2, 'di ba? Meron ba siyang remainder? Wala. Kaya ang sagot is 0. Okay? 9 divided by 2 is ano yan? 2 8 siya. Oh, tapos meron siyang remainder na 1. Tama. Okay? So same kay 5 divided modulus 8. Ang remainder dyan is 5. Okay? So, sir, anong use ng modulus? Okay? It is this used to determine if an integer value is even or odd. Okay? So, paano 'yan? Example dito. 5 modulus 2 is equal to 1. Ang ano niya, ang remainder niya, meron siyang remainder. Okay? Basta meron siyang remainder, kahit ano dyan, maging 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 million yung remainder niyan. Okay? Yung number na yan is odd number. Basta any number na i-divide mo sa 2. Okay? Then, kapag meron siyang remainder, okay, except yung remainder niya is 0. Okay? Basta 0, hindi 0 ang remainder niya. Yung number na yon is odd number. Okay? Kapag even number naman, always ang remainder niya is 0. Okay? So doon, malalaman natin if an integer number is odd or even by using the arithmetic operation na modulus. Okay, ito, sabi niya, if you take the modulus by 2 of an integer, a result of 1 means the number is odd, and result of 0 means the number is even. Yan. Okay, ito. Arithmetic operators, rules of operator precedence. Ano yung precedence? Yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng operation natin. Kung paano natin i-evaluate ng isang expression, arithmetic operation na meron siyang multiple na operators. Okay. Kung siguro familiar kayo dun sa PEMDAS. Okay. So, ganito rin yun. Ganito rin siya na gumagana. So, operators natin, we have the parenthesis. Okay. So, yung basta nasa loob ng parenthesis is ito yung precedence and associativity niya. It will be evaluated first. Okay? If nested or yung embedded siya, okay, the innermost expression is yun yung ma-evaluate na una. Okay? If on the same level naman, okay, left to right ang evaluation. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, okay, basta merong parenthesis, siya ang mauunang, merong parenthesis doon sa expression natin. Kung ano man yung nandoon na expression sa loob ng parenthesis na yan, siya ang mauunang evaluate or isosolve. Okay? And kapag nested naman siya, pag sinabing nested is maraming parenthesis, parang nasa loob ng parenthesis na nga, Tapos sa loob ng parenthesis, meron ulit na parenthesis. Parang ganun. Okay. Pag ganun ang expression natin, yung pinaka innermost na parenthesis ang evaluate natin na una. Pero kapag ano naman sila is the same level naman. Kunwari, parenthesis, tapos parenthesis 1 plus 2, tapos closing parenthesis, parenthesis ulit, tapos 3 plus 1, parenthesis, closing parenthesis, tapos closing parenthesis. Left to right ang pagsusolve niyan. Ibig sabihin, mag-start ka dito sa una, then yung susunod. Okay. Yung second na i-evaluate natin sa expression natin is the asterisk or the multiplication, yung backslash or the division, and percentage or yung modulus. Okay. If there are several, okay, for example, this expression natin, meron tayong yung same level sila walang parenthesis, for example, yan. Pero 1 times 2 divided by 3 modulus 5, kunwari. Okay, ang pagsosolve is from left to right. Okay, so dito naman yung third na evaluate natin is the addition and subtraction. Okay, same then, if there are several operators na same level lang, okay, i-evaluate natin yan from left to right. Then the last one is the equals. Okay, evaluated last, right to left. Okay, yan yung rules of operator precedence. Okay, kung familiar kayo dun sa PEMDAS, madali lang siyang intindihin. Okay, next one. Okay, in using parentheses, okay, use parentheses to change the order in which an expression is evaluated. Okay, so we use parentheses to change the order in which an expression is evaluated. Okay, for example, may gusto mo mauna yung addition bago yung multiplication. Okay, for example, ito a plus b times c, okay, would multiply. Pag ganito, ang mauna talaga yan is C multiplication. Correct. B, ang mangyayari, B times C, then yung result is i-add natin si A. Ganun yung mangyayari. Pero, kung ang gusto natin is mauna yung A plus B, okay, yun ang mauunang isosolve bago natin i-multiply sa C. Ang mangyayari dyan, ang gagawin natin is ilalagay natin sa loob ng parenthesis si A plus B. So, ganito ang mangyayari. A plus B times C. So, dito, iba na yung sagot. Diba? Kunwari, ito, lagyan natin ng value. Si A is 1, si B is 2, tapos C is 3. Ang mangyayari dyan, 2 times 3 muna. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. So, ang sagot dito sa first example nila is 7. Okay? Pero pag gumamit na tayo ng parenthesis, ang mangyayari dyan, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Diba? Iba na yung sagot. Iba na yung magiging result nila. Dito is 7. Dito is 9. Okay? Just because we use parenthesis. Okay? Also, use parentheses to clarify a complex expression. Okay, so, kung complex na yung expression mo or yung arithmetic expression mo, okay, you use parentheses para madali siyang maintindihan. Okay, so practice with evaluating expressions. So, mapa-practice na tayo kung paano na evaluation ng isang expression, arithmetic expression. So, we have integer variables. Okay? A, B, C, and D, and E. So, meron tayong 5 na variables. A, B, C, D, and E. Okay? Where A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3, D is equal to 4. Bakit nawawala si E? Okay, I guess si E is 5. Okay. E is equal to 5. Okay, so ilagay nyo na lang dito. Okay, so let's evaluate the following expressions. Okay. So dito, okay, kumuha kayo ng papel, one whole, or sa notebook na lang. Okay, and then evaluate nyo itong mga expressions na to using the rules of operator precedence. Okay. Then kung natapos kayo, natapos yung sagutan, picturean, then isasend sa messenger ni teacher. Okay. So, gagawin yan ngayong araw to. Okay. So, so before we end the discussion, kasi meron tayong activity na gagawin din. Okay. Ito muna, yung good programming practice. Okay. Parang tips ito para sa inyo. Okay. First tip na pwede nyong i-practice is ito. It is best not to take the Big Bang approach to coding. Ano yung Big Bang approach? Ano yan? Parang nag-start ka doon sa parang doon ka na kagad sa big picture. Parang ganoon. Parang pag gagawa ka ng code or ng program, ang iniisip mo kagad is yung yung buong function nung which is hindi dapat. Ang gagawin is incremental approach. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Step by step progress ang gagawin dapat. Okay. Use an incremental approach by writing your code in incomplete. Incomplete pa siya, yet working. Okay. Kaysa naman ang ginagawa mo is kinocode mo na lahat, pero hindi naman nagfa-function, hindi naman nag-work yung program mo. So, dito, incremental approach ka muna, step by step. Gawin mo muna itong function na to, then yung sunod mo yung susunod na function hanggang sa matapos mo yung buong program. Okay, for example, for your projects, okay, don't write the whole program at once. Okay, huwag mong i-code lahat ng minsanan. Just write enough to display the user prompt on the screen. Okay. Get that part working first. Okay. So, yun. Kunin mo muna yung mga part na nag-work. Okay? Or yung code na nag-work. Next, write the part that gets the value from the user and then just print it out. Okay. Get that working, compile and run. Next, change the code so that you use the value in the calculations and print out the answer. Get that working. Okay, so i-compile mo and run. Continue this process until you have the final version. Okay, then get the final version working. So, ganun dapat ang pagko-code natin. Okay. Okay, so next week's lesson natin is about logical operators and relational operators. So, today, yung arithmetic operations muna ang na-discuss natin. So, next week, logical naman. Okay. Logical, then relational operators ang i-discuss natin. Okay. So, standby para doon sa natin yung activity natin for today. Okay. Okay, so gagawin na natin yung activity natin for today. Okay. So, ang gagamitin ko is si dev C++, pero you can use the compiler, C++ compiler sa phone ninyo. Okay, so file, new, source file. Ayan. Okay. Wait. Okay. So, yung first activity natin is yung lahat ng arithmetic operations. Okay. So, arithmetic arithmetic operations. Okay. So, yung mga kailangan natin ilagay, yung sharp include, tapos IO stream. Bakit IO stream ang gagamitin? Kasi meron tayong input, output na function na gagamitin mamaya. Then using namespace std, okay. Then int name, okay. Then yung parenthesis. Okay. Okay, so bago natin makalimutan, maglagay na tayo ng return 0 dito sa pinaka dulo, para kung minsan kasi madalas nakakalimutan yan ilagay. So dito ilagay na natin kaagad. Okay. Okay, next, magde-declare na tayo ng variable. So ang gagamitin nating data type is integer. So int, tapos first number, okay. Then second number, then result, okay. Ayan. Okay, then cout. Cout is output. Okay, dito mag-output tayo ng message. Sasabihin natin, please enter the dragon. Hindi, enter the first number. Yan. And space, maglagay tayo ng yan, colon. Then sa dulo, para meron siyang closing, semicolon. Importante ang semicolon. Okay, cin. Okay, pag cin is input naman siya. Okay, so yung kung ano man ita-type ng user, okay, diba sabi natin dyan, please enter the first number. Okay, so magta-type ngayon si user, then pipindutin niya si enter. Whatever na tinype niya doon, yun yung magiging value ni first number, or yung fnum natin. Okay, fnum is the variable name. Okay, next, okay. Pag nakuha na natin yung first number, kukunin din natin yung second number. So cout, tapos mag-message tayo kay user. Sasabihin natin, please enter the second number. Yan. Then semicolon. Yan. So cin, yung value na ita-type ni user, ibibigay natin kay second number. Yan. Okay, so yan na, meron na tayong value ni first and second number. Okay, next is yung result naman. Okay, yung variable na result. So result, okay. Ano ang magiging value na result? Ang magiging value na result is yung sum nila first number and second number. So paano yon? Ang gagawin lang natin is result equals, okay, first number plus second number, then semicolon. Okay, then cout tayo. Cout, kasi i-display natin yung sum ng dalawang number na yon. Okay, the sum of the two numbers. Okay, the sum of the two numbers is, then space, then lalagyan natin ng, okay, eto, kasi lalagyan natin sa result, i-display natin sa result, then mag-nline tayo. Okay, yung endl is nline. Okay, gagamitin natin yan para mag next line tayo. Yan, cout. Okay, so testing natin. Testing natin yan. Okay. Execute, compile, and run. Okay. Arithmetic. Yan. Activity. Then, save. Okay. So, kung wala kang error na ma-encounter, okay, mag-ano siya. Yan. lalabas kaagad itong output natin. Okay, so dito sabi niya, please enter the first number. Lagay tayo, kunwari 7. Ayan. Kapag nag-type tayo ng number, then pinindot natin sa enter. Okay. Yung, kung ano man yung tinype natin, yun yung magiging value nung inassign natin na variable. Okay, so dito, si first number ang binigyan natin ng value. Okay. So dito, second number, gawin natin si 3. Yan, then enter. Yan. Then lalabas to. Diba? Yan o. The sum of the two numbers is 10. Okay? Bakit 10 ang lumabas? Kasi dito, meron na tayong dito, expression dito. Result is equal to first number plus second number. So, pinag-add nyo yung dalawang number. So, si result is, meron na siyang value na 10. Okay. Ibahin natin para ibang number naman ang gamitin natin. Para makita natin kung gumagana ba siya or may error dun sa code natin. Siguro 10. Yan. Second number, 20. So, kapag in-enter natin dito, ang dapat nasagot ay 30. Yan, tama. Okay. So, tama itong code natin na ito, yung sa addition. Okay. Next. Okay. Ano naman? Addition. Ang susunod doon, subtraction. Okay, so dito, copy-paste lang tayo. Then, papalitan lang natin yung operation. Yan, diba? Yan. Okay, C, copy-paste natin, C out natin. Then, palitan lang natin yung sum. Gawin natin difference. Yan. Then, check natin. Execute, compile, and run. Yan. Please enter the first number, 1. Second number, 2. Yan, dalawa na yung natin. The sum of the two numbers is 3. The difference of the two numbers is negative 1. Tama ba? Yes, tama. 1 plus 2 is 3. Tapos 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Okay. Siguro maglagay tayo ng dito ay yung end line din para merong spacing ng konti. Ayan. Ay, N1, NL. Yan. Execute, compile, and run. Ayan. 1, 2, ayan ay, number dito. Ay, alam ko na. Merong mali. Dapat ito.
If there's missing people, don't ask me, okay? Where are you going?
So, 1, 2, ayun. Yan. Meron na tayong spacing. Okay. Next operation is multiplication. So, copy-paste lang tayo. Diba? Madali lang mag-code. Copy-paste ka. Yan. Tapos, okay, sa programming, ang multiplication, ang symbol ng multiplication is hindi X. Okay? Is si asterisk. Okay. So, papalitan natin yung the difference, product. The product of the two numbers is, ayan. Okay. Check natin. Double check natin. Execute, compile, and run. Ayan. 1, 2. Okay, correct. The product of the two numbers is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Correct. Okay, next. Copy-paste ulit. Okay. Division. Okay. Ang division sa programming, ang symbol niya is si backslash. Okay, dito, see out the difference. Palitan natin. Ano man tawag doon? Quotient. The quotient of the two numbers is Yan. Yan. Okay. Tapos, check natin. Execute, compile, and run. Okay. 6 na lang. 6. Tapos, 3. Okay. So, 6 plus 3, 9. 6 minus 3 is 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Correct? Okay. Last one is the modulus. Pag modulus, ang gagawin lang niya, i-display lang niya yung remainder. Okay? So, dito, ang symbol ng modulus is percentage. Okay? The remainder. Remainder of the two numbers is execute, compile, and run. Yan. Ano tayo? 7. Tapos 3. Para may remainder. Yan. The sum of the two numbers is 10. Difference is 4. Correct? 7 minus 3 is 4. The product, 7 times 3, 21. Okay? Ito, kung mapapansin nyo yung quotient natin, 7 divided by 3 is 2. Bakit 2? Kasi integer pareho yung operands natin. Kaya, ang magiging quotient natin is integer din. Mauumit yung decimal natin. Okay. Remainder of the two numbers is 1. Yan. Okay. So, yan yung first activity ninyo. Okay, so, pag natapos na, ang gagawin nyo dito is print screen ninyo, isend sa messenger ko, then, iraran nyo din siya, then, 2. I-screenshot nyo din tong output natin. Okay? Then, isa-send sa messenger ko din. Okay. Yan. So, pwede nyo i-post yung video para makopy ninyo itong code natin. Okay. Okay. Then, proceed tayo kagad sa natin. Next activity natin. Okay. So, file, new, tapos source file. Okay. So, next activity naman natin, yung operator precedence naman ang gagawin natin. Okay. So, ang natin dyan, ang best example dyan siguro is yung Celsius to Fahrenheit na converter. Yun. So, paano yun? So, lagay tayo ng comment muna. Yan. Celsius to ano spell ng Fahrenheit? Ayun. Fahrenheit. Yan. Okay. So, maglagay tayo ng sharp include. Okay. IO stream. Then, using namespace std. Then, semicolon. Okay. Int main. Tapos, parentheses. And curly braces. Okay. So, dito, okay, mag-initialize, magde-declare tayo ng variable. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang variable, si Fahrenheit, then si Celsius. Okay, so dito, hindi integer ang gagamitin natin. Ang gagamitin natin is float. Bakit? Kailangan natin kasi yung decimal point natin. Okay? So, float, Fahrenheit, siguro F na lang, F, tapos C. Yan. Tamad tayo eh. Yan. Meron tayong dalawang variables, si F and C. F is for Fahrenheit, C is for Celsius. Yan. So, C out. Enter the temperature in Celsius. Yan. Tapos, ay, nakalimutan natin yung quotation. Oops. Enter. Yung quote. Ayan. Tapos, quote. Then, ayan. Tapos, cin. Okay. Yung itatype ni user is mapupunta kay C or kay Celsius. Ayan. Then, formula. Okay. F. Okay, so ang bibigyan natin ng value is si F or yung si Fahrenheit. F is equal to, okay, ito, yung Celsius, gagamit tayo ng parenthesis. Si Celsius is ita-times natin kay 9.0, okay, or 9, okay, divided by 5.0 plus 32. Ayan. So, yan yung formula ng Fahrenheit, Celsius to Fahrenheit natin. So, Celsius is, i-multiply mo na siya kay 9. Then, kung ano mo yung sagot nito, yung product nito is, i-divide kay 5. Then, plus 32. Okay. So, yan yung operator precedence natin. Okay. Then, mag-see out tayo. See out. Okay. The temperature in Celsius is, ay, nakalimutan natin na naman yung yung quote.
Jason, baka may nag-text ka, mamigay ka naman.
Ayan, then semicolon. No. Lalagay tayo ng, ayan. Tapos, C. Ayan. Okay. Then, C out ulit. Ang isi-C out na natin is C. Copy-paste na lang natin to. Naghihirap tayo. Pwede naman copy-paste. In Fahrenheit. Oops. Fahrenheit is, then dito imbis na si C ang ilalagay natin, si F ang ilalagay natin. Oops, ayan. Then, okay, may nakalimutan tayo, si N9. Okay. Hindi, check, ayan naman natin para makita nyo yung effect ng walang N-line. Ayan. Execute, compile and run, save natin. Temperature converter Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yan. Ang haba ng pangalan na activity natin. Save. Oh, may error. Yan. Execute, compile and run. Yun, wala nang error. Okay, so ganun lang. Kapag may error kayong na-encounter, huwag kayong mataranta. Tingnan nyo yung code, i-check nyo kung merong wrong spelling or may nakalimutan kayong mga symbol. Okay. Okay, so enter the temperature in Celsius. For example, 36. Yan. Okay, the temperature in Celsius is 36. Okay, the temperature in Fahrenheit is 96.8. Okay, bakit nakaroon ng 0.8? Kasi nga naka-floating tayo, data type. Okay, ayan, tingnan nyo, walang N-line. So, itong dalawang cout natin is nasa iisang line lang sila. Okay, so if i-fix natin yan, maglalagay lang tayo ng N line. Okay. So, dito na rin. Maglagay na rin tayo ng N line dito. Ayan. Okay. Execute, compile, and run. Ayan. 10. Ayan. 10. Temperature in Celsius is 10. Pag Fahrenheit is 50. Ayun. Diba? Nung nilagay na natin ng N line, nag-next line siya. Diba? Hindi na sila magkadikit yung dalawang Cout natin. Okay. So, yan yung Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay. Next. Okay. Next activity. Okay. Kung merong Celsius to Fahrenheit, meron ding Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay. Ayan. So, same lang din. Okay. Lagyan tayo ng comment. Fahrenheit to Celsius converter. Ayan. So, sharp include. Tapos, IO stream. Then, using name space tapos std. Ayan. Tapos int main then curly braces. Okay, lagay na natin si return 0. Ayan. Okay, so dito mag-declare ulit tayo float. Okay, tapos F and C. Okay. So, Cout tayo. Input the temperature in Fahrenheit. Oops. Yan, nakakalimutan talaga natin yung code. Ayan. Papansin nyo naman na may mali kayo kasi tingnan nyo, color coded siya. Then close C. Okay, so cin yung itatype na user ay magiging CF, mapupunta kay F. Then formula C is equal to, okay, so ito yung yung nabanggit natin kanina sa discussion na nested. Okay, so meron tayong parenthesis, then sa loob ng parenthesis meron na namang parenthesis. Yan, Fahrenheit times 5.0. Okay, yan, tapos minus parenthesis ulit, then 5.0 times 32. Yan yung tinatawag na nested. Okay, so meron kang parang external na parenthesis, then sa loob nun is meron ka pang mga parenthesis. Okay, so dito they are on the same level. Okay, so nasa same level sila, kaya ang mangyayari is ito muna i-compute, then isusunod ng system ito. Okay, pag nakuha na yung result ng itong dalawang to, then magpo-proceed na siya sa subtraction. Okay, ito meron tayong subtraction dito. Okay, then ang mangyayari is i-divide natin yan. Kung anong makukuha niyang sagot dyan, i-divide natin sa 9. Okay, then semicolon. Okay, then Cout tayo. Cout is the temperature in Fahrenheit. The Fahrenheit is blank. Then ilalagay natin yung F, then N line, then closing. Okay, then copy paste na lang natin Cout the temperature in Celsius naman. Okay, Celsius is, then yung si F is papalitan lang natin ng variable na C. Okay, ayan. Then check natin, execute, compile and run. Ang title is temperature, tapos converter Fahrenheit to Celsius. Yan. Then save natin. Hopefully wala siyang error. Yan nga, wala siyang error. Okay, maglagay tayo 78. Yan. The temperature in Fahrenheit is 78. The temperature in Celsius is 25.5556. Yan. So, yan yung ano natin, tatlong activity natin for today. Okay. Ay, actually ito ipapasa nyo pala siguro pwede siya hanggang Friday ng umaga. Okay. So, kailan ipapas? Ang deadline ng passing activity sa Friday ng morning. Ayan. So, gawin nyo to sa natin, sa compiler ninyo. Okay. Tatlo yan. Then, kapag natapos nyo, screenshot yung code. Then, bawat isa screenshot nito, screenshot din to, tapos ito rin. Then, execute ninyo, compile and run. Yung maglalagay kayo ng ganyan, numbers. Then, ipiprint screen nyo din. Isa-isa. Ito, si Celsius to Fahrenheit. I-run nyo din. Tapos, maglagay kayo ng value. Screenshot. Same kay Fahrenheit to Celsius. Then, isa-send lahat yun sa akin sa Messenger. Okay. So, good luck.